Hi, you have tuned to the Raging Aggron channel, and I'm your host, Djingis, and I'm here with my draft recap of PSL Season 2. Yes, PSL is back. Good. I don't want my books to fall over while I'm recording. Yeah, PSL is back. PSL Season 2 is here, and I'm still your coach for Colorado Aggrons in this league. I'm trying to working out if I should have an intro similar to the one I have for the Stockholm Slackings. I don't think I will. But yeah, I'm just gonna do this. This is my draft recap. There are other guys that have made draft recaps. I know that Lords has done one. He has a YouTube channel now. Baron has done one. My good friend Baron. And then we have Levity, of course. Levity has also done one. Those are the ones that I have seen. I think others might have done them, but I don't really know. Not that I have seen as of yet, at least. So yeah, the team that I got here is my team, the Colorado Aggron Season 2 team, and I'm so fucking glad over this team. It's such a hard-hitting team, it's such a bulky team. It can do so much damage to everything on the opponent's team, really. It would be very, very hard for my opponents to prep, because I can bring really anything out of these Pokemon versus them. They will do a tremendous amount of damage. And they can also be very hard to prep for. Some of them just because they are such offensive threats, others because you can literally run both defensive and offensive and both can wreck teams, and others are just like defensive balls that you always will have a hard time breaking down. And I am in a group with Levity, Thorasac, and Ian. All three very, very good battlers. I managed to defeat Thorasac, as you saw in the TBL. It was a 3-0 win, I think it was, for me. He beat me in the ABL in a match there when I didn't have the best season going. I wasn't in very great form. Levity is a trainer that I've only faced once, and that time he beat me, mostly because I couldn't break down his Scar Mega Venusaur core. He doesn't have that core this time, so I should be a bit fine with that. Well, I faced him one other time, but that wasn't in like a YouTube league, so it doesn't really count. But we're very similar level, me, Levity, and Thorasac. And then we have Ian. Ian, I have never faced Ian in battle. I know that he's a very capable battler, he knows what he's doing, and he's very good at what he does. He can also bring very interesting sets most of the time, and he has a very, very scary team. All of us have very scary teams in our divisions. Which is kind of very, very scary to think about, really. Later next week, most likely, it would be next week guaranteed, but maybe, I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday, I will start to do the draft recaps for all the teams in the divisions. Well, I will do division recaps of the draft, so you can see what teams everyone got. But as I say, this is my team, and we're gonna go through it now. This is my 12 team. My 12 Pokemon team. First round, I was number 10 in the draft. In the Snake-like drafts, I was number 10, and then I was number 6 or 7, and I was number 10, then I was 6 or 7. No, when it's going Snake-like. So in my first pick, I drafted Zapdos. Zapdos was very, very, very crucial to my team, the way I had planned it. I needed that bulky flying type, I needed a bulky electric type, I needed a Volt Switcher, U-turner, something that can hit hard, also be very bulky and has a good speed. And Zapdos was the perfect alternative there. Like, nothing really could take on Zapdos 1v1, at least. That was drafted in the first round. I mean, it's a very, very bulky Pokemon. It's very hard to take down, and it can do so many things, really. It's one of the few Pokemons on this team that you never know what set I will bring. It's a great Starfruit, it's a great specs user, Defogger, bulky, especially offensive, especially bulky, physically bulky. Can even be physically offensive thanks to the 90. Has Baton Pass agility. Not that I can use that combination, but I can use Baton Pass by itself. Has very good move pool overall, and it's a Pokemon that you most of the time will see. Okay, he will bring Zapdos because it's just such a bulky Pokemon that you can't really do anything about. Really, it's very hard to make Zapdos not work in League format. It's a very, very good Pokemon. So, now with Zapdos taken over here, well, I took Zapdos first round and was like, okay, I need to get my Mega this time. And of course I get sniped. I wanted Mega Scissor, and that got sniped from me. So I was like, fuck. And I know that some guys really want to take Mega Gardevoir, and I was like, okay, Mega Gardevoir is my backup to Mega Scizor, so I have to go with Mega Gardevoir. So Galadriel is back, but this time she is better, she's stronger, she's faster, and she's bulkier. This is the perfect Mega for my team. Also makes the perfect transaction from last season to this season. Last season's kill leader in the PSL was Mega Gardevoir, regular Gardevoir, Galadriel the Gardevoir, and I could run so many different sets on it. When I have Mega Gardevoir, you typically run more bulky sets, and then you try to make it harder for your opponent to deal with it due to different things. This also gives me Heal Beller, which is very, very good to have. It gives me Magic Coach user. Memento can also be pretty good. It gives me a very limited time amount of screens with Light Screen, and Reflect I can't really use the lightly, of course, since I must have the Gardevoir right. I can't really pronounce that at all. Also gives me some form of priority with Shadow Sneak, not the best one. Sub is such a good move to have on Mega Gardevoir. It's really, really good. Like, just when you go through this, you see a lot of things that you like, yeah, this is a great mon. Like, Will-O-Wisp. How many mons can just get Will-O-Wisp and it's great with it? Gardevoir, like, Gardevoir is just that Pokemon that does so many fucking things that it's just insane, really. I wanted a regular Gardevoir, but since Mega Scizor got sniped, I needed the Mega, and I wanted to grab Mega Gardevoir. So, in my next pick, I was like, okay, I have two ways to do this. First, I can go for my really defensive core that I want, and if I don't go that way, I have to go the offensive way and have to grab Mega Scizor. Well, not Mega Scizor, regular Scizor. And then I said, okay, it's 20 picks till I draft pick again, so I'm just gonna go with Scizor. Like, I feel like regular Scizor should be there. Oh, no, wait! Baron sniped me! Thank you, buddy! Fuck you. Don't take it personally. But yeah, Baron sniped me off Scizor, so I was like, oh, fucking hell. I lost my Fairy Dragon Steel core that I wanted. And I didn't get the dragon that I wanted either. That got sniped for me as well, Haxorus. Like, I wanted to pick up Haxorus and Scizor this pick, but that got sniped for me, so I was like, okay, I will make everyone suffer because of that. I'll go with my defensive core right away, because I can't wait now. I have to pick it up, and everyone else can take their offensive Pokemons. I know what I want, more or less, in the offensive department now. So, say hi to Mushroom Head, the Amoonguss. If you don't know what the Amoonguss does, it sits on the field and it eats hits with Regenerator. It has Clear Smog, Toxic, Sludge Bomb, Giga Drain, can run Assault Vest, can run Black Sludge, can run Rocky Helmet. Most of the time you'll see one of those moves. Has Foul Play as well. Well, items, not moves. And then you have Stun Spore, Effect Spore as well if you want to do that, with their ability, of course. Synthesis, yes, for longevity. Substitute, be a real ass. Rest is also pretty ass move to have on Amoonguss. And then it has some pretty easy, very interesting moves, actually, that you could do. So it's not like the best Pokemon ever when you look at the moves, but if you look at what Amoonguss actually does on the field. Like, there's a reason Amoonguss was on the winning, not the winning team, well, Amoonguss was on both the winning team and the second place team in last year's PSL. So you came both second and first, so Amoonguss is just like, if you know how to use Amoonguss, which I hope I do at least, you can't break it down. It's such a annoying core to deal with Amoonguss. Like, Regenerator overall is very annoying to deal with. And at this point people was like, okay, he drafted Amoonguss. And most guys of us before me in the draft had already picked around 3 pick. I was like, fuck you, Djingis, I wanted that Pokemon. I really needed it. I was like, okay, if you needed that Pokemon, I know that you need the other one as well. So let me fuck you up even more and let me grab Slowbro. Oh yeah, I got Slowbro in my 4th pick. Because no one behind me decided, well, no one that was after me and then before me decided to draft a defensive Pokemon, more or less. So it was like, I was just like, thank you for drafting offensive Pokemon. I will just go with the bulk here. I will take Slowbro. Give me another Regenerator with great moves, very, very bulky, can do so many things. It's insane. Gives me a good screen setter, Scold Abuser, Bulky Pokemon overall has such great variety in moves, can do so many things, very very hard to tear down, and together with Amoonguss and together with Zapdos, this thing is impossible to take down. The only thing that I don't like with Slowbro is that it doesn't get Wish. If this thing got Wish, my team would have been so fucking good right now. But it doesn't get Wish, which is sad to see. But yeah, Slowbro, Amoonguss, you know what it does. It sits on the field, eats it, switch out, get 30% back. And if it can't do that, sits in, click recover, slack off, whatever. And gets back 50% and then switches out. And you can't really do anything about it. So between my 4 first pick, I was like, okay, I got the defensive core that I wanted. Please let me have the dragon type that I really wanted on my team. I really wanted to use Haxorus. It's fast, has Dragon Dance, access to very very hard hitting physical stab with, I think it's base 147 attack. Very very hard Pokemon to take down. Not the best one either, if you look at it prep wise, because if you face Haxorus, you are like, okay, Lumberididi, he can go SD, he can go Agility, he can go Choice Banded. If he has webs on his team, he can just set up the webs and then just sweep with Haxorus without even having to set up an SD when Dragon Dance. Just go Choice Banded, and you can't really do anything about it. Life Orb hits like a I mean, Haxorus will be the perfect Pokemon on this team, in my opinion. But I got the next best thing. Lordy, our Hydreigon. I've got to say, Slowbro is named Pain. Because it is a pain in the ass to face. And it's also rock band, metal band, whatever. Then we have Lordy, our Hydreigon. It gives me another Levitate user. Well, I have a Flyer, now a Levitate user, and nothing on my team is really weak to rocks. Well, I have 2 things that is weak to rocks, but my team doesn't really care about rocks. Let's see here. Yeah, I have 3 things that are weak to rock, but nothing else really do that, and nothing else really care about it. And Zapdos. And I have already 2 Pokemon that can set up Stealth Rocks on his side thanks to Magic Bounce. Well, not Magic Bounce, what is it called? Oh, what the fuck is it called? Magic Coat. I'm pretty sure that you get Magic Coat, right? Yeah, you do. So I have at least 2 Pokemon that can use Magic Coat to get up Stealth Rocks and whatever they want to set up on their side instead of mine. And I also have a Defogger in Zapdos, which is one of the best Defoggers in the game. And then I have Hydreigon, which also gets Defog. Not the best Defogger, because you tend to run this thing offensive, but still a great Pokemon to have with Defog. Just give you that extra. If you want to run bulk, you can do it, because it has the best stats you can find in a Dark Dragon type, in my opinion. It's bulky, it's fast, it hits hard. Like, this thing, it's almost like grabbing another tier 1 for me. The only thing that's bad is that it's base 98 speed, but I can live with that. And I have a great special attacker now as well. Like, most of my team is special attacking so far, is what we have seen. But it also has a pretty good physical attack set with base 105, and you have a pretty good move pool to choose from. You can go Earthquake or Earth Power, Crunch or Dark Pulse, Draco Meteor or Outrage. And then you have Hidden Powers and the Fangs. You have Head Smash as well. Flash Cannon, Flamethrower, Fire Fang, Fire Blast, Roost as well, Rock Slide, Signal Beam, Stone Edge, Superpower, Surf. You can do U-Turn and Send Headbutt. Like, at this point I already got my Volturn core with Lord and Zapdos. Like, this thing hits like a truck, it's very hard to prep for, can be Scarfed, has the ability to do some other things as well, but most of the time you'll see Scarf or Life Orb. Maybe defensive with Leftovers or Rocky Helmet. I've seen that being used quite a lot of times actually in League. So Hydreigon isn't that bad of a pickup in my opinion. I think it fits the team very very good. Now looking at my team, I decided, okay, I lost my Steel type, I need to pick up another Steel type, and I know exactly what Steel type I want to do. But before that I need to get up this Pokemon before anyone else snags it up, because I need it. And I just got snagged on my Fire type that I really wanted. First out, I wanted Infinite. Infinite got like to this round, something like that. It was insane. And after that, I was like, I don't know what Fire type to go for. So I decided to wait on that for a while. And then I actually decided to look at my team so far. I have Electric Flying, Psychic Fairy, Grass Poison, Water Psychic, Dark Dragon. Like, okay, you want to click Psychic? Well, Galadriel eats it up. Like, everything on my team so far eats a Psychic very, very well. And the only thing I have that is weak to Psychic, straight up, is Amoonguss. And even Amoonguss can eat the Psychic. It's not that it will hurt, but it can do it. So I decided to go with another Psychic check, but that also is kind of weak to Psychic at one point. I decided to go with Ghost BC, our Gengar, with Cursed Body, no longer Levitate. It would have been great to have another Levitate use here, because then I would have had a great time versus ground. Now I don't have as a great time versus ground, but still I have Zapdos, I have Lordy, so I can do that. Gengar is a very, very hard-hitting special attacker, and you can see theme here. I have very good special attackers that can do so many things. It's insane. Like, the variety I can run on these 3 special attackers with Gengar, Hydreigon, and Mega Gardevoir, you will very, very, very rarely see a team have those 3 special attacking monsters on the field. And, well, on the same team, actually. They tend to go to different teams. But I managed to put them all together in one team, and this is scary to face. Like, I've done some calcs versus the other teams, and between Galadriel, Lordy, and Ghost BC, and then with my physical attackers you will see later on, like, only my special attackers, there's 2 or 3 teams that can stop them. Everything else gets botted. And that is so great to see when you, like, draft a team specifically for something that you wanted to look a certain way, and then you know that I will get walled by most things thanks to this. But then thanks to the variety in the moves, the hard hitting, the speed tears and so forth, you can actually do a ton of things. And Gengar, if you don't know, has one of the craziest move pools to choose from. Like, I can do so many different things here. I can run, like, the list just goes on. That's like that's the longest list I've seen of so far. On any Pokemon I drafted. It's insane, actually. I'm glad that I didn't draft Mew, because that would have been even longer. But yeah, this is just a great Pokemon to have. We all know what Gengar does. It comes in, it clicks a move, and destroys something more or less. Like, I have 3 wall breakers, and 2 walls, and 1 semi-wall maybe with Tri-Lightning. Zapdos. So it's a very bulky team so far, and it's also very, very attacking. So it can be a very hard thing to deal with. This is like the first frail Pokemon that I drafted. And even Gengar isn't that frail, like 60 HP and 75 special defense could eat up some hits. Defense isn't the best though, so like I won't survive too many hits, but I can take some, and that's what I really needed the wish to come through from pain. But yeah, I didn't manage to pick it up. I don't know if Galadriel gets wish. I think it does now that I think about it. It does, but it's like only, yeah, it's just 68 HP, so it's not the best wish pass, but it can work together with Gengar. So it's a good Pokemon to pick up. And I love Gengar. It's a Pokemon that I really want to choose for a long time in Draft League format. So I'm glad that I actually managed to pick it up together with the other monsters that I had. So now to my Steel type, and I'm just gonna count here, like my first, second, fourth. So yeah, my 7th pick was up, and I had waited for 20 picks, and all this time I was like, please don't pick this Pokemon, please don't pick it, please don't pick it, I need this Pokemon. Like, I really, really do, because I don't have the things that it gives me. And thank God it did not get sniped. 5-Finger Death Punch over Lucario is here, with Steadfast, Inner Focus, and Justified. This is not the most eye-opening stats you will see. It's like a mixed physical, mixed special attacker with good speed, not the bulkiest thing. But what really helps me out is I get E-Speed. I'm pretty sure they get Bullet Punch. I might get Mach Punch, I don't get. But Extreme Speed, Bullet Punch, those are the one that I can think of right away. I think I get Fake Out, maybe? I don't. It was one other thing. Yeah, Quick Attack, of course, but I got Extreme Speed, which is better in my opinion. Was it? No, I don't think it was anything else. But thanks to these 2, I could do so many things with this Pokemon. I also get Agility, as you can see over here, and just have the ability to set up Calm Mind, and to get up Sword Stance. Like, that's a pretty deadly They have both Calm Mind and Sword Stance, have the ability to step in agility, go behind a sub. Like, it's insane what this thing can do for me. And I'm just gonna get rid of all of these. It's also Pokemon that, when you look at its move pool, it's a great Pokemon to have with the C. Blaze Kick, Aura Sphere, Brick Break. Then you have Close Combat as well, Cross Chop, Crunch, Dark Pulse, Dragon Pulse, Drain Punch, Earthquake as well. Then you can just go with Flash Cannon if you want to steal, a Jump Kick if you want to fight, like Ice Punch, Meteor Mash, Poison. Like, you can run so many different C moves on this thing. It's insane. And this is my C Pokemon. It is. This is my C user, and I could not be happier. Like, this is maybe the pick that I am most happy about actually picking up, because I can do this thing. Might be more physically offensive than most Lucario's we see. I got Vacuum Wave. That was the one I thought of earlier. I got Vacuum Wave. That's the fighting type priority I get. Forgot about that one. So this is just a really, really good Pokemon to have on a team. Like, I can't really say too much else about Lucario, really. It has a great move pool, great stats, and it fits so fucking well with the rest of my team. Like, what do we want to take care of? If you face a Lucario, what do we want to do? Fighting? Well, Galadriel, Tri-Lightning, Mushroom Head, and Pain all take care of that. Even Ghost BZ does. Oh, you want to EQ me? Pain, Mushroom Head, Lordy, and Tri-Lightning? Go ahead, please. Psychic? Well, Tri-Lightning, Galadriel, Pain, Lordy, please come through. Like, you will have a very hard time facing Lucario. And even Fire-type, Lordy, if you have, no matter what Fire-type you really face, Lordy, Pain, and Tri-Lightning, maybe Galadriel can take care of most of them, and it would just be insane. And to have this team and actually be able to stop screens as well. Yum 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 yum. Yeah, this is a scary team to face. Like, so far, this is maybe the scariest team. When I just go in depth, like, just looking at my team, I feel like, okay, this is a scary team. But when I go in depth to it, like, I have a good chance to actually go a long way in this tournament this time around. And I really hope that I do. And then we had the pick. We had a 5-minute timer for us to pick, and if you didn't pick in 5 minutes, you were out. And I was like, okay, I can pick another tier 2, and Entei is still there. Oh my god, Entei's there? Why the fuck is Entei still here? And 2 picks before me. Entei. Oh fuck, my pick got sniped again. Who do I want? I want a fire type. I can't get another psychic type. I can't get Delphox. It's too early for that as well. I need to get a fire type. And I see the clock just counting down. It's like, fuck. I need a fire type. And I just look around. Like, the only thing I see that sticks out is Darmanitan. I'm just like, I don't want to use Darmanitan again. I had it in TBL, I had it in 2 other leagues as well. And I really didn't want to use it again. I really wanted to use Entei when I saw that it was there. And I kind of panicked. I love Darmanitan. As you can see, Darmanitan is my next pick. I love Darmanitan. I love Inflames the Darmanitan. But it was not my first choice as a fire type in this draft. And I didn't really want to pick it up. The only reason I picked it up really was because I panicked, and I know that it has such a great special attack, or physical attack, and speed. And you put the Choice Scarf on this thing, outspeed almost everything on the opposing team, and you fire off a Flare Blitz, and nothing survives, more or less. Like, this is the team, this was the Pokemon that, well, look at it, I think it was a good panic pick, but it could have been way better. Way better. But I'm still happy with the Darmanitan. I think it will do well for me. It might not see as much game time as it should. But it's a good Pokemon to have. And it's actually the first thing I have that is weak to water. Which is pretty impressive. I must say. Because most teams at this round, or this time around in draft, it's just 4 picks to go, already have a fire, ground, rock, a rock type, one of those 3. And Those that didn't, like, picked it up this round more or less. So I was really happy with that, and even if you look at my team, I am not weak to water whatsoever. You want to kill Darmanitan with EQ, water, rocks? Like, go ahead, please. I don't see anything in my team that cannot take those hits that you want to throw at me. Like, I know that if you just ignore Ghost, because Ghost can't take a hit really, and then you have 5-finger Death Punch that can't take hits if it really needs to, then you see bulk. Like, it's insane what I managed to draft here. Of course, I am very, very biased with this draft. It's my draft after all. So yeah, Darmanitan, we all know what it does. You just put the Choice Scarf on it, Flare Blitz, EQ, Rock Slide, and then you have U-Turn, more or less. Like, that's the set you will see most of the time. And then I said to myself, okay, I got a good physical attacker. I need another physical attacker. I really, really do. And I need a ground type. I need a normal type. I don't have those typings yet, and there's only one good normal fighting type, normal ground type left, and that was Skindred the Diggersby, and you will not have pickup. Of course, it will have huge power. And the thing with Diggersby is that its stats are pretty mediocre, but thanks to huge power, like not mediocre, it has pretty good HP and okay speed, but thanks to huge power it has not base 56 attack, but huge power does it's double my attack. So if I go to base 8 and then I can go adamant, then I have, let's see, 198, I'm just gonna calculate this out guys, 198 times 2, then I have 396, and the 396 physical attack is, I'm pretty sure that's the same, let's say 396? Yeah, 396, you see, this is 316 for Lucario, and that's base 110. If we go into Darmanitan and click this, then we might go to the right. Yeah, so this thing hits harder than Darmanitan with some quick calcs. I might be wrong on that one. But if my calcs are correct, Diggersby hits harder than Darmanitan. And this thing has, of course, quick attack. You put the huge power, choice banded quick attack. That's so good. And then you have so many other things that you can do. If you just get rid of the choice band and put life orb and you go agility, hello? You wanna face me? Come on. Like, Diggersby doesn't care. And it has such a good variety of moves. You can do so many things with this thing. It also gives me another knockoff user. Like, I think I have knockoff. I don't know if you get knockoff. Do you get knockoff? You don't. So I have 2 knockoff users so far, I think. You get knockoff, right? Yeah, you get knockoff. I don't think you get knock. You don't. I don't think you get knock. Or you don't, you get knocked. So you have 2 knockoff users so far. And they hit pretty hard. Like, Diggersby hits very, very hard. You don't want to stay in too much on Diggersby unless you have a ground type or a rock type. Like, even if you have those, you don't really want it to face it. You need, like, an Intimidate user, otherwise Diggersby will destroy you because it hits so hard. And you can also go Agility Power Punch and then have 2 other moves. Like, this would also be pretty good. C user, the only reason I went with Lucario as my C user is because you need the item on Diggersby for it to really, really hit hard. And to do a lot of things. It also gives me spikes, which I did not have. This is my first hazard, I feel like. I think this is my first hazard. Is it really? I don't think you have toxic spikes. No, you don't. So, that was my first... this is my first Pokemon that has some form of hazard setting ability. Which is pretty late to pick up. Just know that was the way. I didn't draft for having that at all. So I went with this thing, and I'm really glad that I did. It has a great ability, a great move pool overall. It's a good Pokemon, it really is. I really look forward to use Diggersby. I had it used against me, and it's such a big threat to deal with. My next round, I decided to go with... I needed to get my 4th round pick ready. I needed to... Not 4th round, 4th tier pick. Tier 4 pick ready. And I just looked at the tiers and there was nothing really there that interested me. Like, Gourgeist, I could have gotten Gourgeist. But I decided to, you know what, I got a Ghost as a I got Ghost BC in my Gengar as a Ghost type. And I also got Mushroom Head Mungus as a grass type. I don't really need Gourgeist. It doesn't care how much I love it. I don't need it. And then I thought, well, my speed tiers are pretty bad so far. Like if you look at the speed tiers, base 100, base 100, base 30, base 30, base 98, base 110, base 90, base 95, base 78. Those are pretty bad speed tiers. And I need to bump it up a bit. Like, I need to have something in between here, in between those two and the Skindred. But I decided to fuck it. I need a bug type, and the only good bug type in my opinion in tier 4. I don't remember if Yanmega was in tier 4. That could have been a good pickup actually. But that was quad weak to Stealth Rocks, and I'm no fan of quad weaknesses to Stealth Rocks. So I decided to go with a very, very hard-hitting special attacker with a very peculiar way of doing things. I decided to go with Black Star Riders, our Aselgor. And I will never have hydration. I will most likely always have Unburden. Look at that speed. Base 145 speed is such good. 80 HP is okay, I guess, and 100 special attack is good. And it has a good way of dealing with opposing team members. Not opposing team members. The opposing team. And it gives me another knockoff user, which is actually pretty good to have, and it's a fast one as well. I can also get off an item pretty easy, and it gives me Toxic Spikes and Spikes, U-turn, Water Shuriken if I want to have not priority, but it's so fast that it almost feels like priority. It has Quick Attack that I will never use more or less in this ring. But this is a very, very good Pokemon to have, and most of the time when you look at it, you will like, okay, you will see Spikes, Toxic Spikes, Protect maybe, and then just like U-turn, Bug Buzz, like something like that. Energy Ball maybe, Focus Blast if you're like that guy. Facade, not the Final Gambit. That's something I thought of. I read the wrong one. Final Gambit. Like, it's a good Pokemon. I don't know how I feel about having a Selgor on the team just yet. I think I will have to get used to it. I don't really like to play with Hazard Stat. That's not my playstyle. But I think I can get used to it, and if I cannot do that, I can just slap Choice Specs on this thing and just click Bug Buzz on everything. Or Energy Ball or Final Gambit. Like, I do so much damage with this thing that... yeah, I can't find the words really, because Aselgor is a Pokemon. I never really used Aselgor, but I can deal damage with it, I know that, and I know that it has good setup opportunities. Well, not setup as in stat setup, but Toxic Spikes and Spikes. Just be annoying with U-turning. It's just a good momentum Pokemon to have on the team, for us, and also to get chip damage on the opposing team. And then I was looking at my team and I thought, okay, I have pretty good physical bulk. And the ones I have are very, very good versus physical attackers. I don't really have a bulky, especially bulky Pokemon. And I kind of want to get that. And I don't really know what else to pick really from tier 5. I think this was... No, this is not... Yes, this might be my tier 5 pick, or it was another tier 4. I don't remember really. But I decided to just have some fun with my last two picks and just pick things that I might have some usage of. Maybe not, but first off I decided to go with Hailstorm, our Regice, with Clear Body, Pure Ice type, with that yummy 200 special defense. Oh, this is just so good to look at. This thing is very, very hard to tear down. Even if Ice has a lot of weaknesses, thanks to that special defense, it can actually survive a lot of hits. And if you go for, I don't know if you get Iron defense. It does not get Iron defense because you get Acid Armor. It does not. Okay, I don't. Does it get Defense Curl? It does get Defense Curl, but I will most likely not around that. It gets Aurora Veil, which is very, very good, but then I need to put up the Hail with this thing, which I don't think I can actually. I can, okay, that's good. Get Earthquake, Explosion, Double Edge. Like, those physical moves I don't really like to have because its physical attack is just 50. Its special attack is much better, and it does have some variety in special moves. Like, it's not the best, but it has some. Okay, I can work with it. Like, I didn't pick this thing to be physical, like offensive. I just picked this thing to have fun, really, and I don't know if this is a Pokemon that has fun. Looking at this move pool, I thought it was a bit wider, to be honest, and not that physically heavy, but it's I could always go Curse. I could always go Curse Regice. That's always a possibility. And there are some. I don't know if I look for the right term here, but they have some usability out of this thing. I will have some usability out of this thing, and I could hit pretty hard thanks to my base 100 special attack and deal some damage to things. So I'm not that scared of not using Ready. The only problem here, I don't think it gets Recover. It does not, so I have to rely on Leftovers or Wish from Galadriel. So that's not the best opportunity, but it's still a good pickup. Like this late in the draft, it's a solid pick in my opinion. And last but not least, I decided to draft a pick just to mess with Thorsac, because this Pokemon is one of his favorite to use in Draft League format, and I'm pretty sure he used it in the PWGL last season, and he did some pretty crazy stuff with it, not gonna lie. So I decided to just pick it up and have some pretty fun with him. I got Sabaton the Sudowoodo. I will never run Sturdy, more or less. I will most or less always run a Rockhead. And this thing, I'm just gonna say, like, Rockhead does not take recall damage besides Struggle Life or Crash damage. Well, Crash damage I'm not really that interested in. Base 100 attack, that's like, might not seem like too much, but you put the Choice Band on this thing, and then you put on Head Smash on this. Ooh, that's scary, man. The only thing that would have made this thing even scarier was if it got Hone Claws. It does not, which is sad. But to have Hone Claws on this thing with Stab, Head Smash with Rockhead, Choice Banded, well, Life Orb in that case instead of or something else that boosts the move, like that would be pretty hard to deal with. And Sudowoodo, it's extremely hard, I must say, like harder than everyone that I've fought at first. And of course, I might do some memeing with this thing because I see that it gets Calm Mind and it does have a pretty decent special attacking move pool, I'm not gonna lie. So I might go specially offensive Sudowoodo if I clinch the playoff spot already, just to have some fun in this round. And see, Sudowoodo is my last team member, and this is my first and only Stealth Rocker. That's how much I prioritize to get hazards on this team. I have two ways to get rid of hazards, that's it. I have not thought about hazards at all, and I also see that I get Sucker Punch on this thing, which is a priority that I didn't have before, which is always good to have. This is a Pokemon that can overall, I'm just gonna see, that's Recoil. Woodhammer, do you prevent Recoil? Do not take Recoil. That's actually pretty good, because then I can actually use Head Smash Woodhammer. Woo! Yo, I will have some fun with this thing. But yeah, this is the team of your Season 2, PSL Season 2 Colorado Aggrons. And boy, I am hyped to get this thing underway with and just have fun, play games, compete with friends and, well, old friends and new friends alike. The league will, on Monday, week 1 will start next Monday, so my week 1 battle will be versus Levity, and I'm scared, not gonna lie, I'm very, very scared of that matchup. I hope I can do something versus his team, I might not, I really hope I can, but we'll have to see about that. So yeah, this will go up to my channel, and this will be most likely the only video that goes up in some time, because I just had time to record this now. Then I would have the draft recaps going up, but that might not go up on my channel, it might go up on the PSL, PWL channel. I haven't decided how to do with that channel yet. I think I will delete it actually, because we don't really need it, in my opinion. We don't really need it. But I would just prefer to upload it to this channel instead, have the draft recaps here. So I think that's what I would do. The draft recaps will go up on this channel only, and they should come up early on. Well, not early on, but next week they should be up. And when they are up, you can see and compare the teams. Like, this will be a very competitive season 2. It hits. Most of the teams have drafted very, very well. Most of the coaches has been so much better than season 1. And we have some new faces as well in the league, some new teams, and you will get to know them all during the draft recap. And before I end this video, I just want to say thank you to all the coaches that stayed for season 2. It really means a lot. It really does. This was a crazy boys. No, I wasn't a boy, really. I wasn't a man either. I wasn't a teenager either. I don't know what to call me. Like, it was just a crazy idea that I had, and I posted this idea on a drive video. I think it was the corkscrew crash video of a league. I don't remember which one now. Just because that might be the GBA actually. It might have been the GBA, one of his last GBA battles. Might have been. And the response, it was insane. Like, I really have to thank you guys for that. And I met a lot of new friends through this league and for other leagues. I'm really, really grateful for you to stay. It has been very, very hard to run. It was very, very hard to run season 1 of the PSL with 32 teams, PSL and PWL, as it was back then with 32 teams. But I am back at it with another 32 teams, which yet again we are 32 teams. And I would say if I have my sanity left after this. It is stressful. It is very, very stressful to be the organizer of a 32 team league. Most teams have a cap at 24. And I just decided to fuck it all and let as many people as possible into the draft league. And I decided to do this way. We had 2 separate drafts. And everyone was on, everyone drafted. It was just one guy. 1 out of 32 guys was not on their draft day and drafted. Everyone else had left picks to guys that drafted for them otherwise if it couldn't be there, and most of them actually went in during the draft just to check out so they got what they wanted. So overall, I think actually 27 coaches of 32 was on during drafts, and 31 teams had completely built their teams. We drafted 31 teams over 2 days. And as I said, I'm not a fan of slow draft styles. I want them to go fast, and when you have that, they go that fast, like we did. Like we did these 12 rounders was 5 or 6 hours. That is pretty fast in my opinion for like draft. Since some of us don't have a draft plan. I did for this time, but I got sniped and I had to rebuild some of it. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. I still got mainly what I wanted, and it's overall like it's a big thank you from me to you guys. A big shout out to Levity. Without Levity, this league wouldn't have been what it is. We wouldn't have had any logos. Well, shout out to TJ as well, for God's sake, with the logos. TJ and Levity, thank you so fucking much for the logos. Especially Levity, because you've done so many logos and so many layouts. Everything that you will see more or less when it comes to thumbnails for this league is made by Levity. Like the layout format is made by Levity. And I got to say, if it wasn't for Levity, I don't think season 2 of PSL would have happened, because I couldn't have done so many things by myself. And I know that Cyan as well. Cyan and Sly has also helped out tremendously with setting everything up, everything from the dock to get the new people in. Same with SV. Was another guy that I thought of that I forgot the name about right away. Fucking hell, it was another guy that I wanted to thank from the league. Oh well. But yeah. Thank you so fucking much, guys. To all the coaches that are part of the PSL, no matter if you're an old coach or a new coach, thank you. It really means a lot to have this possibility to actually somewhat live a dream. Like, for me, this is insane. I did not think that this would happen at all, just because I posted a comment. I was like, I did not expect this to happen at all. And this is somewhat of a dream come true, and to live in a dream, I must say. And yeah, I can't say it better than this. So thank you once again, guys, for watching this video. Thank you, old coaches for being part of PSL Season 2. Old as new coach, thank you so fucking much. And I will see you in the next video, and that will be a draft recap for one of the divisions. And we will go through all the divisions, not as in-depth as this has been, but enough so you get it, so you can see the teams to get an understanding of how they might work. And you will also hear my predictions on who will win the divisions or not, and who might even be the PSL Season 2 winner. So yeah, and I have nothing else to say right now, so I will end this video, and I will see you the next time.